بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهدي الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله أما بعد. Today is the 8th lecture in the continuation of Tafsir of Glorious Qur'an. Today is 3rd of August 2022 after Christ alayhi salam, which is equivalent to the 9th of Jumad al-Ula 1444 after Hijrah of Rasulullah sallam from Mecca to Medina. We continue with the Tafsir of Glorious Qur'an when we read the verse أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم ومن الناس من يقول آمنا بالله وباليوم الآخر وما هم بمؤمنين يخادعون الله والذين آمنوا وما يخدعون إلا أنفسهم وما يشعرون. Allah Azza wa Jal is saying, وَمِنَ النَّاسِ مَنْ يَقُولُ آمَنَّا بِاللَّهِ وَبِالْيَوْمِ الْآخِرِ. And of the people are some who say we believe in Allah and the last day, but they are not believers. يُخَادِعُونَ اللَّهِ. They think they are deceiving Allah and those who believe, but actually they are deceiving not but except themselves, but they are not perceiving that. Allah also explained to us some of the features of the hypocrites, and then if you look at it very well, you will see that the features of the munafiqun are always mentioned in the verses that are revealed in Medina, and that is because in Mecca, when Rasulullah was in Mecca before the Hijrah, there were no hypocrites. In fact, people were only hiding their faith in them, and then they are showing kufr apparently. So in Mecca, people were hiding their iman and then they are revealing the evil. But in Medina, it's the opposite. So people were hiding their kuffar. They are hiding their kufr in them. Whenever they join the believers, they will tell them we are believers. But inside them, it is completely the opposite. So Rasulullah made three kinds of people in Medina: Banu Qaynuqa, Banu Nadhr, and Banu Qurayza. And the Banu Qurayza are the allies of the Aus, while the Qaynuqa are the allies of the Khazraj. So for each one of them, he treated them the way they want. And that is because as soon as he reached Medina, he wrote agreement of living in peace with everyone. And some of them said that we believe that we can live in peace with you, and then it is written. And some of them, they promised to live in peace with him, and then they broke the covenant. And then some of them say we are not living in peace with you. And then for each one, he treated them the way they are. Ibn al-Qayyim mentioned this in Zad al-Ma'ad. It's very clear. So many Aus and Khazraj, when he reached Medina after the migration, they accepted Islam, many of them. But among the Jews, only few accepted Islam. One of them was Abdullah ibn Salam, radiallahu anhu. So Allah is saying, and among the people, some say we believe in Allah and the last day, but they are not believers. يُخَادِعُونَ Allah. They are deceiving Allah. They think that they are deceiving Allah. But Allah is base of planners. They cannot deceive him. They are only deceiving themselves. And it is after the Badr, before the battle of Badr, Islam was very weak at that time, and people were having a lot of evil treatment against the believers. So they were not strong, and therefore people are showing their kufr apparently. But after the battle of Badr, Islam becomes a very powerful religion, and for that reason, many people like Abdullah ibn Ubay ibn Salul, he led a group of people, and they went to Rasulullah telling him that they want to enter Islam, and he was the leader of them. But actually, they are hiding their hypocrisy. I think he was under Banu Qaynuqa, who were the allies of the Khazraj. That is where he belongs to. Allah is saying, في قلوبهم مرض فزادهم الله مرضا. In their heart is disease, so Allah increased their disease. وَلَهُمْ عَذَابٌ أَلِيمٌ بِمَا كَانُوا يَكْذِبُونَ. And for them is a painful punishment because they habitually used to lie. Allah is saying in their heart is disease. So for that reason Allah increased the disease that which is there in their hearts. So Abdullah ibn Abbas and Abdullah ibn Mas'ud, they said, في قلوبهم مرض أي في قلوبهم شك. They have doubt concerning Allah. So because they have doubt concerning Allah, Allah increase their doubtness. So if you have certainty about Allah, Allah will increase your certainty. الجزاء من جنس العمل. فأما الذين آمنوا فزادتهم إيمانا وهم يستبشرون. But for the believers, it improved their belief and received glad tidings. وأما الذين في قلوبهم مرض. And as for those whose heart exists disease, فزادتهم رجسا إلى رجسهم وماتهم فاسقون. Allah will increase that darkness upon darkness, and they died while they were corrupt. So the way you take it is the way Allah will take you. أنا عند حسن ظن عبدي به. Allah says in Hadith al-Qudsi, I am equivalent to how my servant take me. So if you take Allah as merciful, He will be merciful with you. If you take Allah as harsh, He will be harsh with you. If you take Allah as strict in punishment, that is how He will take you as strict. And He will treat you with strictness. وَإِذَا قِيلَ لَهُمْ لَا تُفْسِدُوا فِي الْأَرْضِ قَالُوا إِنَّمَا نَحْنُ مُصْلِحُونَ ألا إنهم هم المفسدون ولكن لا يشعرون. And when it is said to them, do not cause corruption on the earth, they say, we are but reformers. ألا إنهم مفسدون. Unquestionably, it is they who are corrupters, but they perceive not. This verse, Allah is saying, anytime when the disbelievers are told, believe in Allah, they will say, no, we are doing the right thing. When they are told, stop disbelief, al-fasad ay bimana al-kufr, wal-amal bil-ma'siyah, doing the evil. When somebody is doing evil, you are telling him, this thing that you are doing is evil. This is kufr, this is disbelief. He say, no, what I'm doing is truth. So Allah is saying, they are doing evil, but still they are insisting that they are doing the right thing. Allah loves them. He sent a messenger that who will be preaching to them, to guide them to the truth. But then they are hiding the truth, and Allah made them to follow that way, because that is where they choose and preferred. So they come to the believers, they sit with them, they say, we are with you, we are believers. And then when they go to the kuffar, they say, we are kuffar. So when they are told, don't do that, this is a corruption. Stop doing what you are doing. This one, what you are doing is evil. Then they will be saying, إِنَّمَا نَحْنُ مُصْلِحُونَ. We are only trying to cause peace. And that is because, according to them, when they come to the believers love them, they sit with them, they reveal their secret, they share ideas together. And then when they go to the kuffar, they do the same thing. So according to them, this thing is the best way to live in peace. Allah is said, whenever they are told, stop doing this hypocrisy, stop doing this evil, stop doing this kufr, they say, we are only doing conciliation. We are conciliating between the two parties. We want to set peace. إِنَّمَا نَحْنُ مُصْلِحُونَ. We are doing the right thing. That is the interpretation of Abdullah ibn Abbas. إِنَّمَا نُرِيدُ إِصْلَاحَ بَيْنَ الْفَرِيقَيْنِ. This one is choosing Islam, one God, and there is no associate with him. And then that one is believing in Trinity. And then you are saying you want to make something for them to live in peace together. living in peace, for sure, it is something recommended. But when you try to unite the belief of the Christianity and belief of Islam, this is something impossible. And that is because you are saying Allah is one and then Allah is three at the same time. It is like mixing pure water and pure milk together. This thing will never give you neither the first one nor the second one. It will give you a third substance, which is neither of the two. So this is what the kuffar are doing. This is what the munafiqun are doing. Allah is saying whenever they are told, stop doing that. It is evil. There is no way you can say that the red is blue and blue is red. No, it's impossible. Allah is saying, إِنَّمَا نَحْنُ مُصْلِحُونَ. That is their response. So Allah says, وَالَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا بَعْضُهُمْ أَوْلِيَاءُ بَعْضٍ إِلَّا تَفْعَلُوا تَكُنْ فِتْنَةٌ فِي الْأَرْضِ وَفَسَادٌ كَبِيرٌ. Those who disbelieve, they are allies of one another. When you do that, then you are causing corruption on the face of the earth. Allah is also saying, يَا أَيُّهَا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا لَا تَتَّخِذُوا الْكَافِرِينَ أَوْلِيَاءَ مِن دُونِ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ. All you who have believed, take note into your intimacy those who are disbelievers. So you cannot have a strong relationship between you and someone who is not in Islam. And that is because your beliefs are apparent. Your beliefs are unique. They are different, completely different. You are saying Allah has no associate and he is saying Allah has associate. And then you are saying, let's unite our beliefs together. As for living in peace, no doubt concerning that, when Rasulullah reached Medina, the first thing he made, the two groups of people, and then Banu Qaynuqa, Banu Nadr, and Banu Qurayza. Those who agreed to live in peace with him, he wrote the peace agreement with them, and then he lived in peace with them. As for living in peace, that is a recommended act, and that is what Rasulullah taught us. But when you try to unite the belief of kufr and iman, this is something that can never happen. Allah is saying that is a big corruption. وَإِذَا قِيلَ لَهُمْ آمِنُوا كَمَا آمَنَ النَّاسُ قَالُوا أَنُؤْمِنُ كَمَا آمَنَ السُّفَهَاءُ أَلَا إِنَّهُمْ هُمُ السُّفَهَاءُ وَلَكِنْ لَا يَشْعُرُونَ. And when it is said to them, do not cause corruption on the earth, you say, we are reformers. وَإِذَا قِيلَ لَهُمْ آمِنُوا كَمَا آمَنَ النَّاسُ. And when it is said to them, believe as the people have believed, they say, should we believe as the foolish have believed? Unquestionably, it is they who are the foolish, but they don't know. So part of their foolishness is that they are saying, here in dunya we are with the believers, and then we are with the disbelievers, and the day of the resurrection will be with the believers and will be to Jannah. Allah is saying they are fooling themselves. وَإِذَا قِيلَ لَهُمْ آمِنُوا وَإِذَا لَقُوا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا قَالُوا آمَنَّا وَإِذَا خَلَوْا إِلَى شَيَاطِينِهِمْ قَالُوا إِنَّا مَعَكُمْ إِنَّمَا نَحْنُ مُسْتَهْزِئُونَ. And when they meet those who believe, they say, we believe. But when they are alone with their evil ones, they say, indeed, we are with you, we were only mocking them. وَإِذَا خَلَوْا إِلَى شَيَاطِينِهِمْ أَيْ إِذَا خَلَوْا مَعَ شَيَاطِينِهِمْ. When they go to their shayateen, the shayateen أي بمعنى سادتهم. When they go to their rulers, their evil ones, their top ones, their chiefs, they say, we are with you, we were only mocking them. So whenever they come to the Sahaba al-Rasul sallallahu alayhi wasallam, then they come to them, they say, we are believers, we are Muslims. And then when they go back to their leaders, they say, we are with you. That means we are upon the disbelief. We were only mocking them. We were only making fun of them. Allah says, Allah yastahzi'u bihim wa yamuddum fi tughyanim ya'mahun. Allah will mock them and prolong them in their transgression, and they wander blindly. So Allah is saying, the way they do to us, the way they do to the believers here in dunya, Allah will do the same thing to them on the day of resurrection. يوم يقول المنافقون والمنافقات للذين آمنوا انظرونا نقتبس من نوركم قيل ارجعوا وراءكم فالتمسوا نورا. So on the day of believers, on the day of resurrection, when the believers are standing and then they have light on their faces, and when they are living, when they are moving, the disbelievers will have darkness upon darkness. Then they will seek from the believers that they should show them, they should give them some part of their light so that they will see their front. Allah will say, then they will say to them in reply, قِيلَ ارْجِعُوا وَرَاءَكُمْ فَالْتَمِسُوا نُورًا. Turn behind, you will see the light. And as soon as they turn back, the light will be taken off. And then they will see darkness upon darkness. So this is deception. Deception means to tell somebody false as something true. So you trick the person. And that is what they are doing to the believers. In dunya, they are saying we are with you. But inside them is opposite. So that is what the believers are going to do to them on the day of resurrection. When they are needing light, when they are extremely in need of the light, they tell the believers, help us with part of your light, and then the believers will say, turn back. You will see it. And then when they turn back, they will see nothing but darkness. This is a deception. Allah يستهزئ بهم ويمدهم في طغيانهم يعمهون. Some of the Mufassirun said, what the verse is saying is that when they seek the light from the believers on the day of resurrection, the believers will tell them that they should go back, that the light is only gotten in dunya, and that is the Qur'an, and that is Islam. So they will think as if they will think that what the believers mean is that they should turn behind. So as soon as they turn behind, they will see nothing but darkness. So this is a trick. Allahu yastahzi'u bihim. So the way they mock the believers in dunya, Allah will mock them on the day of resurrection. وَلَا يَحْسَبَنَّ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا أَنَّمَا نُمْلِي لَهُمْ خَيْرٌ لِأَنفُسِهِمْ. Let not those who disbelieve think that the good they are getting is part of the love of Allah. It is only a decoy. إِنَّمَا نُمْلِي لَهُمْ لِيَزْدَادُوا إِثْمًا وَمَكَرُوا مَكْرًا وَمَكَرَ اللَّهُ وَاللَّهُ خَيْرُ الْمَاكِرِينَ. The plan, Allah is the best of the planners. So whatever you do, الْجَزَاءُ مِنْ جِنْسِ الْعَمَلِ. If you take Allah with joke, He joke with you. If you mock Him, He mock you. And then when you joke with Him, He will do the same thing to you. When you believe, He will give you the right thing. يُخَادِعُونَ اللَّهَ وَهُوَ خَادِعٌ. They think that they are deceiving Allah, Allah will deceive them. فَيَسْخَرُونَ مِنْهُمْ سَخِرَ اللَّهُ مِنْهُمْ. So they jest with them, Allah will jest with them. نَسُوا اللَّهَ فَنَسِيهُمْ. They forget Allah, and therefore He is going to forget them. وَجَزَاءُ سَيِّئَةٍ سَيِّئَةٍ مِثْلِهَا. And the reward of evil is evil like it. فَمَنْ عَفَى وَأَصْلَحَ فَأَجْرُ عَلَى اللَّهِ. And whoever forgives, Allah will give him more reward. فَمَنْ اعْتَدَى عَلَيْكُمْ فَاعْتَدُوا عَلَيْهِ. Whoever does that to you, do the same thing to him. Allah يستهزئ بهم. Abdullah ibn Abbas says, Allah يسخر بهم للنقمة. Allah is going to mock them with naqma. Naqma means you are doing evil and then He's giving you money. You are doing evil and He's giving you money. You are doing more evil and He's increasing the money for you, increasing and increasing in form of decoy. And then you will not understand it. أَيَحْسَبُونَ أَنَّمَا نُمِدُّهُم مِّن مَّالٍ وَبَنِينَ. They think that we are giving them wealth, we are giving them a lot of children. نُسَارِعُ لَهُمْ فِي الْخَيْرَاتِ بَل لَّا يَشْعُرُونَ. We are only hurrying in giving them good, but they are not understanding. It is a decoy. سَنَسْتَدْرِجُهُم مِّنْ حَيْثُ لَا يَعْلَمُونَ. We will catch them, we will destroy them from where they never understand. أحدثوا ذنبا أحدث لهم نعمة. So they do more evil, he's given them more نعمة. وهي في الحقيقة نقمة, and that is in reality it is a decoy. فلما نسوا ما ذكروا به فتحنا عليهم أبواب كل شيء. When they forget what I have revealed, Allah Azza wa Jal opened the doors of wealth into them. حتى إذا فرحوا بما أوتوا أخذناهم بغتة فإذا هم مبلسون. Until when they sunk into wrath, Allah Azza wa Jal takes them suddenly, unexpectedly. So they never thought that Allah Azza wa Jal is going to do with them. And that is the mocking. فقطع دابر القوم الذين ظلموا والحمد لله رب العالمين. So Ibn Jarir says, when you show Allah Azza wa Jal that you do not want to accept the truth, and that is how He will increase the blindness in you. And that is because when Allah Azza wa Jal loves you, He will send somebody to come and preach to you. And then when he comes and preaches to you, you deliberately reject the truth, or you deliberately confuse yourself. Allah Azza wa Jal will cause you more confusion upon confusion. So there is deliberate rejection of truth, and that is example with the issue of Christianity. They say that oneness is the same with Trinity. Allah is one God, and Allah is Allah. Allah is the God, Jesus Christ is the God, and the Holy Ghost is God, but all of them, they are not three gods, they are one God. So you are causing confusion to yourselves. And that is the same thing with the issue of munafiq. The munafiq is saying that if he unites with this one and he unites with this one, at the end he will get all the advantage. And so he is confusing himself that white is black and black is white. It is a confusion. Allah Azza wa Jal, when you believe in that, He will cause more confusion in your life, and that is how you will continue living. And that is because whenever you build yourself upon evil or upon something that is in the not in the straight way, it is a foundation. And whatever you are going to build, this is how you are going to follow your life continuously in a bent way. And that is because when you tell a child 1 is greater than 0, and 1 is not 0, and 1 is not 2, and 1 is not 3, and 2 is not 3, that is how he is going to live his life. Whatever he is going to believe, he will believe that 2 is always greater than 1, and they are not equal, and 3 is always greater than 1, and they are not equal. But then when you come later and tell him that 1 is the same with the 3, you are causing confusion to him. And then that is how he will be living in confusion throughout his life. Anywhere you see black, it is opposite of white. But here, the case is different. White is the same as black, and black is the same thing as white. You are causing confusion. So this is a great confusion. يَمُدُّهُمْ فِي طُغْيَانِهِمْ يَعْمَهُونَ. And that is because whenever they preach to you and you know the truth and you hide it, that is that you have rejected the truth from the basis. So whatever it is going to come later, it is like a child who refused to learn the basics of mathematics, addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. He refused to intentionally reject it, and that is why he will always, whenever he sees algebra, it will cause more confusion upon confusion to him, and it will cause him darkness. يَمُدُّهُمْ فِي طُغْيَانِهِمْ يَعْمَهُونَ. So that is what you choose. Allah will cause extremity in that thing to you. That is what this ayah is saying. You fail to understand the basics, you will confuse when it comes to the continuation of what is going to teach you in advance, in future. So that is the disadvantage of rejecting the truth and tolerance. أولئك الذين اشتروا الضلالة بالهدى فما ربحت تجارتهم وما كانوا مهتدين. Allah says, أولئك الذين اشتروا الضلالة بالهدى فما ربحت تجارتهم وما كانوا مهتدين. Those are the ones who have purchased error in exchange for guidance. So their transaction has brought no profit, not were they guided. أولئك الذين اشتروا الضلالة بالهدى. Abdullah ibn Abbas says, أي أخذوا الضلالة وتركوا الهدى. They choose the misguidance over the guidance. اشتروا الضلالة بالهدى أي الكفر بالإيمان. They made exchange. They are telling you this is the truth, and then you are blocking your ears. Allah Azza wa Jal will cause you to more misguidance if that is where you choose. استحبوا الضلالة على الهدى. They loved misguidance over guidance. وأما ثمود فهديناهم فاستحبوا العمى على الهدى. As for the Thamud, I guided them, but they choose blindness over guidance. So their prophet was preaching to them. He's telling them this is the truth, and they are blocking their ears. So they are receiving the knowledge for free, but they are saying, no, we want the misguidance. They are preached for free. No one is paying, no one is asking them to pay, but they are saying, no, we choose the evil. The evil is better for us. It's more profitable. So they are losing. So when they are told Allah Azza wa Jal is one and He has no associate, they choose the kufr. ذلك بأنهم آمنوا ثم كفروا فطبع على قلوبهم. They believe and then disbelieve. So Allah Azza wa Jal painted the hearts. And then فما ربحت تجارتهم وما كانوا مهتدين. أي ما ربحت صفقتهم في هذه البيعة. This transaction that she did, they have not gotten profit, they have lost. They have lost in this transaction. They leave the guidance and they choose misguidance. They leave the group of the majority and they choose the unique group. Firqa, they form a faction from place of safety to the place of insecurity. They leave the bid'ah, they leave the sunnah, they choose bid'ah. That is how it is. So when you are given the truth, you reject it. At the end, you are going to fall in a shaky ground. مثلهم كمثل الذي استوقد نارا فلما أضاءت ما حوله ذهب الله بنورهم وتركهم في ظلمات لا يبصرون. Their example is that of one who kindled a fire, but when it illuminated what was around him, Allah took away their light and left them in darkness, so they could not see. So this is a perfect example. Allah is giving the example of the munafiqun. He said it is like somebody who is in darkness and then he switched on his lamp. And as soon as he began to see the light finished. And that is the light or the charge of the lantern, for instance, is finished. The light is taken off. So the pain that somebody is going to feel then is worse than the one who has never even gotten the light before. So initially he got the light, he is happy, he is grateful, and then the light is taken off instantly without preparation. So he will feel more evil, he will feel more pain and more angry, and then he will be the angriest of the people. And that is the example of the munafiqun. They say, we believe in you. They come to Islam, they got some portion of the light, and then they return back to kufr. Then they will regret it even worse. The feeling that they will feel at last eventually is worse than ever. So when the believers are reading the verses of the Quran, they join them, they listen to light, and then when they go back to their allies, they return to the kufr. So they enjoy the sweetness of the Quran, and then on the day of resurrection, they will stay in darkness upon darkness, and that is the nature of the hellfire. It is darkness. It is complete darkness. Ibn Jarir understood this verse as not the way majority of the Mufassirun said. He said, no, this verse is not talking about the Munafiqun which they live with Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That it is those people who entered Islam and then they left. But in reality, majority of the Mufassirun said it is talking about the Munafiqun. And that is because in dunya, when the believers are they're reading the Quran, they are praying, they join the believers. They got some portion of this light. And the day of the resurrection, they will be in darkness upon darkness. And that is how Allah Azza wa Jal makes a perfect example. Think about the situation of a poor man. The poor man who becomes rich and then he becomes poor eventually. The pain and the anger that he's going to face will be worse than somebody who has never even tasted the wealth. The poor who lived in poverty throughout his life, he is not going to feel the pain as the pain of that one who tasted the vitality of the richness. So that is how Allah talked about the munafiqun. That's why he says in the munafiqun fi dark al-asfal. Their punishment on the day of resurrection is even worse than anyone, worse than every part of every kind of disbelievers. And think about it. When you kindle a fire, the fire has pain and it has light. So when when you kindle the light, at the end the smoke will be left with you. And then if you did not benefit from the light, it is going to harm you for sure. And that is because when you have a candle, it's either you benefit from it or it harm you. So Allah described it that way, as that of light. When they begin to see the light, He will take off the light, and then they will remain with the smoke and the carbon dioxide, and which is the dangerous part of it. وَتَرَكَهُمْ فِي ظُلْمَاتٍ أَيْ مَا هُمْ فِي شَكِّ وَالْكُفْرِ. He leaves them, He returns them to where they were in doubt and kufr. لَا يُبْصِرُونَ. They will not see. They will not be seeing anything. So they have eyes, but it will not benefit them in seeing anything. Summum, bukmun, umyun, deaf, dumb, and blind. And that is how they are going to be. فإنها لا تعمى الأبصار ولكن تعمى القلوب التي في الصدور. The eye does not ever turns to blindness, but the one which turns to blindness is the heart. That is the worst darkness, the worst blindness. And that is because a munafiq will never accept the truth. Many of the Sahaba believe that some of them entered Islam in the time of Rasulullah sallam, and then they left Islam. So when they entered Islam, they knew all the rulings, they got some part of the light, and then they returned back to kufr, and that is the misguidance. So the example is like somebody who kindled a fire, but when it is eliminated, what was around him, he sees everything, he sees the danger, and he is trying to save himself from it, and then the light is taken off, and then he returns back to the kufr, the shirk. Darkness upon darkness, and evil upon evil. Abdullah ibn Abbas said, they enter Islam. They enter Islam, they marry the believers, they inherit from them, they got some fay, that is the booty of war. Everything they get, every protection that a believer is getting, they get it. And then they return to kufr eventually. So Allah said a perfect example here. And that is because if you open the kindle, if you kindle a fire, you will get heat, you will get smoke, and you get light. So these people, Allah said, as soon as it is kindled, I will switch off the light, and then they will remain with the smoke and the heat, and then it will cause harm to them. So it is worse, and even worse situation than somebody who has not even gotten the light. So now Allah is going to give another example of this munafiqun. He said, أو كصيب من السماء صم بكم عمي فهم لا يرجعون. They are deaf, dumb and blind, so they will not return to the light path. أو كصيب من السماء فيه ظلمات ورعد وبرق يجعلون أصابعهم في آذانهم من الصواعق حذر الموت والله محيط بالكافرين. Allah is saying, oh, it is like a rainstorm from the sky, within which is darkness, thunder and lightning. They put their fingers in their ears against the thunderclap in dread of death. But Allah is encompassing of the disbelievers. So now, after rejecting the truth, a clear truth, they are preaching to you, you are rejecting it. Allah described these munafiqun as that they are summun, deaf, summun bukmun, they are dumb, and umyun, they are blind. So this is a perfect description of the munafiqun. Deaf means that somebody is not hearing completely. Dumb means the person is not talking completely. And blind means somebody is not seeing. So they are not hearing, they are not seeing, and they cannot talk. And that is because they are always preached. They are being preached to. These are the creations of Allah. He is alone. He is the one who made you. They are saying, no, He is not. He is having associates. What is the evidence? They bring a doubtful evidence, that which themselves have doubt concerning it. So Allah is saying, these verses that you are reading to them, they are not hearing. These verses that you are reading to them, they cannot be able to testify it with their tongues. These verses that you are seeing, they are not seeing. Allah has caused them to be deaf, dumb, and blind, and that is because they reject the truth after knowing it. So the situation is that it is like Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He is giving them the words of wisdom, that which will make them to be wise. They are rejecting it. So tomorrow he will not have the opportunity to tell them another one. So when you accept the truth from the basis, tomorrow you will be given a new truth, and then you will build it upon what you are having initially, and then you will gain more knowledge upon knowledge. You will know Allah more. Now, the first day they preach to you, you reject it. So tomorrow they will not have the opportunity to tell you another one. And that is why they will continue to be staying in darkness. They know the truth, they are hiding it. So right from the time they hide it, whatever that will come afterward is going to come in that way. And that is because the basis is lost. So when the foundation is lost, everything will be collapsed, will be damaged, will be inauthentic. It will not be tangible. So another example that Allah gave about this munafiqun, He said it is like a rainfall. Rainfall that which is falling in the darkness, darkness upon darkness, and that is because when it is midnight and there is powerful rain, you will see complete darkness, no light, absence of light completely, and that is the doubt and the kufr and the nifaq. So now when there is thunder, barqun, or ra'adun wa barq, there is thunder, there is lightning. So this thunder is the fear that which develop in them. So when there is rainfall, when there is nifaq in their hearts, they develop fear. And when they develop fear, they see some light of the Qur'an, that which they are preached to. They receive the light, and that is because when there is serious rain in the darkness upon darkness, you will see everywhere completely dark. And when that happens, you see thunder, you will develop fear in you, and immediately you will see a light, lightning, barqin, yaj'aluna asabi'ahum. So when you see that light, immediately that that light is going to eliminate that which is before you. When you say it, you are happy,